Hello everyone, Daniel here from the Next Issue Podcast. On today's video, we'll be talking about the latest premiere episode for The White Lotus. This is season 3, episode 1. Same spirits, new form. So I am actually new to this show, but I heard from just people talking about these upcoming premiere that this is a show that you can just jump into. Every season is different. Every season is kind of like a new, different story. So you don't have to go back and watch the other seasons. I will say though, after watching this first episode, I was really intrigued. I really like what the premise of the show kind of feels like. The slow burn. There's a mystery. There's like all these little things being set up with the visitors to this wellness center in Thailand. So yeah, I like the atmosphere. There's some really stunning visuals. So I think I will probably try to make time to go back to watch the other two seasons. I think that should be really interesting. But let's talk about this season itself. We begin with a really intense opening. Like they pretty much set up that something really terrible is going to happen, and then we kind of go back to see how things are unfolding, how we got there, right? So we have a few different groups of people. This is, like I said, the White Lotus is a hotel, resort, wellness center. So like people from all sorts of places go there, like locals, families, of course, foreigners come into the hotel. And I think that's the premise of this show, where the White Lotus is a place for healing and self self like just help recovery and stuff like that, where they are put in these bad situations that lead them down these roads. So it's very interesting. I really like it. Like I mentioned, there's a very intense opening for this episode, where something's really like something's coming in the next few episodes. So I love that they raise the stakes very high from very early on, and then we kind of have to go back and rebuild that. Right? It's a really nice, kind of like a little mystery of this show. There's some stunning visuals. I mean, they are filming on location. You could see at the end of the credits, they film a lot in Thailand. They film a lot in Hawaii. So I don't know. I don't know exactly what the difference would be for some of those um, the different shoots or the different locations. But it looks great. It looks beautiful. There's a lot of very interesting ideas of being exposed to nature, being in a foreign environment, right? Even though you're going there on vacation, even though like you're taking your family or your friends, whatever the case may be, even though you're going on this vacation, you're going to an unknown place, far, far away from everything that you kind of know. The hotel asks for a no devices policy, so that means that people put their stuff away, which of course can lead to, once you take out like cell phones and computers out of the story, that leads to more interesting things, because a lot of things can get easily solved by using a phone or a computer nowadays in media. Um, we have Let me talk a little bit about the kind of four main groups that we're following a little bit. We have this really kind of annoying, self-righteous family. Three, older kids, like I think senior from high school and up. Like so, they're all older kids. And the mom kind of Parker Posey is amazing in the role of just like this aloof and kind of maybe like I said, a little bit self-righteous person. Jason Isaac is the husband, and he's just like this business person that he we don't really know much about, but we know something's going on for sure. So that's our first set of people, and I love the interactions with them, the hotel staff, as they are kind of received. It gives you a little bit of an inclination of like who's kind of a good person to root for in the show and who's kind of annoying. So we have a trio of three friends, childhood friends, that seems like they've gone very different ways. One of them is famous, and she's kind of brought her friends on the trip. This is includes one of my favorite people in the show, Carrie Coon. I just love her as a performer. So as soon as I saw her name in the opening credits, I was very excited. I didn't know she was going to be in this season. So it gave me another reason to kind of stick around with the show. So their story is very interesting. Like I said, three friends that kind of have grown apart a little bit. One of them's famous, one of them's got a family, one of them's just kind of like a corporate, and I don't want to go too deep into their relationship, but it feels like two of them kind of really want to be on this trip. The third one maybe comes out of an obligation, so you'll just have to watch the show and figure it out. We have this odd couple with, well, once again, another one of my favorite performers, Walton Goggins. I love everything that he's in. So yeah, I was very excited for this, and his girlfriend. But it seems like there's an ulterior motive for Walton Goggins being at the White Lotus that does not have anything to do with going to a resort or a hotel. He's definitely not there for self care. And then we have this really nice lady who is the mom of the guy that we see in the opening. So I'll just leave it at that. She's gonna be there for a while. She seems like she kind of put a lot of effort to make this trip, whereas like some of the other families and friends, we can tell they're a little better well off financially. Feels like she seems very grateful to be where she's at. She's gonna be there for a long time, it seems. And then we know that her son's coming to visit later on. So yeah, interesting groups of people that we're gonna follow. I think the hotel staff's also got their own dynamics that we're gonna explore. So that should be interesting. So yeah, if you're into a show that is very kind of slow paced and it's a mystery and it's a build and every I saw this season coming up on White Lotus, and they had some really interesting stuff. I watched the behind the scenes, and they really focused on Jason Isaacs and his family for now. So I think we're gonna see these performers talk about their roles as we kind of move forward. But yeah, I highly recommend it. This show is on Max. Like I said, there's 3 seasons of it. I've only watched. This is my only exposure to the show, but I'm pretty bought in. I'll probably make this my Sunday night show now since there's nothing else at the moment on Max. But I'm very excited that I jumped on and watched this. So if you're a fan of White Lotus, let me know down in the comments. Let me know what you thought about this episode. Let me know if I should just get on and bite the bullet and go into the other seasons. I kind of want to space them out. I kind of want to enjoy each one at a time. So it's gonna be maybe a time commitment, but we'll see. As always, thanks for watching, everyone. Remember, share, like, subscribe, hit the bell so you know when we go live. That is most Saturdays, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. And stay tuned. We have more comic reviews, trailer reactions, TV recaps, all that fun stuff here on the channel. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye bye.